This is a chapter out of the ARRL handbook. This is 10.2 is filter basics. They talk about, low-pass filters, high-pass filters, band-pass filters, notch filters and stuff. And so if you are interested in filters, you read about these things and you look at the graphs, and the graphs tell you everything you need to know. And you notice that these graphs are actually logarithmic. You can see that the one is, these graduations are farther apart and these are closer together. So a logarithmic type plot. We can look at some other plots here on the next page. Logarithmic. Oh, wait a minute. Look at this one. This one's linear. Goes 200, 400, 600. So they're evenly spaced. So this is a linear graph, and then they go to a log graph, and then they go to another linear graph. So they kind of swap back and forth. Sometimes you'll read things and it'll be linear space, and sometimes it'll be logarithmic space. Now I talked about linear and logarithmic vertically. You can set your spectrum analyzer to use dBs on the vertical direction, or you can set them to linear and have linear units. You can actually have them display watts if you would like, instead of dBms. So let's take a look at a filter. I've showed this before in one of my videos. This is a filter that I designed. It's a 7-pole low-pass filter designed for 40 meters. It uses 3 inductors and 4 capacitors, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And so if we put it on a spectrum analyzer, we get a graph that shows us that we have a low pass, and then it decays. So a lot of times you'll get noise out here, of course, because you're at the limits of the machine. So if you're kind of annoyed with that, you can just turn on some averaging. I'll just put an averaging of 10. That quiets it down, makes it look nicer. So yeah, there we go. So that's what it looks like. But maybe you're designing something where the design document has things in logarithmic mode. Now, this is the first spectrum analyzer I've owned that has the ability to display horizontally logarithmically. And the way that you get to it is this all on camera? Make sure it is. So the way that you get to it is you go to the span function, and down here at the bottom is X scale. And if you hit log, then it changes it to logarithmic scale. And one of the things you'll notice is on a simple filter, the roll-off is kind of a straight line in a linear plot, and in a linear plot it's curved, and in a logarithmic plot it's a straight line. And so it's nice to know that the shape of your filter is matching the shape of maybe the design you're looking at in a book or something. And it's nice to be able to swap back and forth between the two. So that's a really nice feature. One of my viewers actually commented he was the one who asked Siglent to add this feature. So yeah, thanks for making this suggestion to Siglent. Let's see, what else can I say about it? You can certainly change other parameters as well. You can have a log. This is a log plot, right? This is logarithmic. This is logarithmic. You can make this linear and this logarithmic. So you can change everything around. So it is a very nice feature. We can maybe zoom in on that a bit. Let's see here. Let's do frequency. Start frequency. Let's do a 4 megahertz. And you can see it's kind of straighter, and this is 10, 20, 30. So let's go out to 30 for the stop frequency. Yeah, there you go. So you can kind of see that in this particular mode it's looking nice. And then if we go to a linear plot, you can see that it has this kind of this curve to it. So yeah, sometimes it's nice to see one, sometimes it's nice to see the other, but yeah, this machine allows you to see both. I don't know if the TinySA group has thought about adding this feature or not. I don't know if it has it or not. I haven't really explored that very much, but it might be a nice thing to add to that machine too.